Hey everyone, okay, so today we're going to be doing an eyeshadow tutorial, and I've never been a fan of cream eyeshadows when used all over the eye. I find them to be hard to deal with, hard to blend. I also don't think that I've just always found them quite difficult. So I was more than pleasantly surprised. So P. Louise is a beautiful cosmetic brand, and there's no doubt that her aesthetic is very different to mine. And on a talent level, it's off the charts. I couldn't do half the stuff that she can do. I really can't. And I mean that 100%. It's way above my pay grade. But I watched the tutorials and I was just thinking, oh my guys, this is just so incredibly talented. And I wanted to see what the fuss was about when it came to the products, because I've used the base and the base is amazing. So I'm going to show you the paints today on my 44-year-old eyelids. And what we're going to do is just use a couple of different shades. So I'm going to be using a pink and a really light color, and they come in these little gorgeous kind of thingies here. And what I'm going to do is just take a brush, and I like to just dip the product directly into the end and then get some onto the back of my hand. So I'm going to take a tiny bit of shade 2 and a tiny bit of extra spicy, which is a pinky color, and I'm going to pop this on my eyelid. So I'm going to blend them in together, and I'm going to pop this on my eyelid all over the eye, and then just above the tail of the brow. And I'm just going to take a brush and just lightly buff this in to the skin. Now when I get onto the kind of crease work in a minute, you're going to see what I'm talking about, but let's get the light shade all over. Now I love to use a light shade, particularly on the eyelid, because I just think eyeshadow work, there's something leaching out of my eye. Go and be free. I always think there's something very, very pretty when there's a light eyelid. It maximizes space, anything light stands out. And once these dry down, it takes about 60 seconds, they don't move. They stay there all day. When it comes to the crease of the eye, eyeshadows, cream ones, pull at the skin. And this happens a lot, particularly as we get older. I'm going to use this shade here, which is called Switch It Up. And it is this cool taupe color. And I'm going to use this all over the crease. Now I'm going to take a little bit on my brush. I'm going to swatch it next to that light color. And then I'm just going to move it into it slightly so that we've got a tone on tone color base going on. I'm going to take a shadow. I'm going to take a paper tissue, and I'm going to start this in the crease. Now I'm zooming in now. Look at the skin drag. This is a cream eyeshadow. There's no skin drag, nothing. It's not pulling, it's not tugging, not a single bloody thing is happening. It is unheard of when it comes to cream eyeshadows like this. I'm just going to take a slightly bigger brush and just blend that now. And with my eye shape, I'm blending this all over, right the way up, and now slightly covering that highlight shade. And knock off anything on the back and just blend it in. And again, no skin drag. They don't pull or anything. And this is the perfect kind of mid-tone color, because it's slightly gray, it's slightly cool, but it's enough to add definition here on the lid to just try and move things back ever so slightly. Just going to go back in and just re-intensify this lower lid with the light. Now, you can just use your finger if you want to pat this in, but you can blend them with a brush. And now what I'm going to do is add a deeper shade to the outside corner of the eye. So I'm going to be taking this one, which is one I have not used yet. And if I can just make myself, it's shade number 11. It's part of the skin tone crowd. And what I'm going to do is take a tiny bit of number 11, and I'm going to pop it next to that shade. So that's the color. But I'm also going to take, and I'm just going to pop this onto the lower eyelid, onto the lower part of the lid. I'm also going to take Paprika Punch, which is this reddy color. You're not going to really see it here too much. There we go. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that, and I'm going to just blend it into it so that, again, I've got this kind of really warm maroon shade. And now I'm just going to pop that onto the outside corner of the eye, quite delicately. I can't see a bloody thing. Right here on the outside corner, just bringing it up slightly into the crease. And I'm going to re-intensify it, but I'm just going to start subtly. Just get that there. I'm just going to blend that in subtly, kindly. And now I'm just going to go back in just with the slightly deeper shade, which is shade number 11, just to further shade that outside corner of the eye. Going to go up slightly and then just blend that in. And these are creams, for goodness sake. I mean, and they perform just so beautifully on more mature skin. You know, mine is mature skin, and they blend just incredible. To kind of finish this off, what I'd like to do is just add a fraction of shimmer, and I haven't intensified these yet. You could go over these with powder shadows if you so choose. I haven't done that at all. I'm losing everything. I'm so sorry. I'm all over the place. I hate when things are not tidy. I'm just going to add a touch of sparkle to this inner bit, and we'll stick some mascara on. Okay, so I'm just going to apply a really, really tiny bit just on the back of my finger. Just a little bit of sparkle there. Just a little bit. Because I just think that with all those matte colors, that's just something a little bit kind of precious about that. Now, what I'm going to quickly do is just conceal this outside corner, because right here can be quite distracting if there is discoloration there. So I'm just going to blend that out, and then we'll put some mascara on. I'm going to use mascara today, and not because my lashes are they're really shit, they really are. But if I put a lash on, it will instantly make everything look better. And sometimes you just need a bit of realism. So I'm going to just use mascara. Here goes nothing. I'm actually using Marc Jacobs mascara. That's really pretty, that nice little sparkle. Marc Jacobs, mirrors a mile away again. Poke myself in the bloody eye. So let's get some mascara on. Get rid of that glob. Ugh. I have a tendency to poke myself in the eye when I'm doing mascara. Anyone else? I don't tend to poke you in the eye, but I do find it quite easy to go ugh, and straight into the eye. I don't know why that is, but it is the way it is. Now, if you were to use the paints as a base for your eyeshadow work, you're going to get incredible color payoff. But the subtlety of this is more than perfect for me. It really is. This is my kind of deal. It really is. I like that kind of, you know, the taupey grays, and you know, I'm a big fan of all that. But never, ever, ever, ever before have I come across a cream eyeshadow in a paint format that causes no skin drag, that goes on like a powder that doesn't cause any issues or irritants to my skin. And I honestly have never come across something so splendid before in a cream format. Now, I purchased every single shade because they've got these skin tone shades, they've got the paints, which are a multitude of different colors, and you can just have fun and blend them all in. But I really enjoy using these. And oftentimes I'll just use them neat, or sometimes I will add them with some powder eyeshadow over it. And the intensity from it, I'm over the moon in love with this brand. And just for anybody who's interested, because nice things are always quite hard to come by, the founder, and I don't know the founder, I've not had any conversations with her in terms of on the phone or anything like that, but she is the loveliest creature. Every time I have messaged her, it's always been so kind, and that goes that goes a long way with me. It really does. There we go. The best products, and they're 10 quid. £10, you get 15 grams of product in here. Amazing. Thanks for watching. Appreciate your time. See you all soon. Bye bye.